Toss it over to Mr. Clint now, who's got an interview with an author.
Yeah, we certainly do. Yeah, Rick Atkinson is the winner of the 2015 Peggy v. Helmerich Distinguished Author Award. While in Tulsa to accept, he also spoke with a group of students at Will Rogers College High School about his books. And afterwards, he took a few minutes to visit with Bud Ford about his books, including the Liberation Trilogy.
What a pleasure today to spend some time with Rick Atkinson. He is a military historian, a three-time Pulitzer Prize winner, and as such, as I was listening to you speak today, I caught part of your conversation. It was interesting to me. As a military historian, some of that can get dry because it's just fact after fact after fact, but you talked about how each person in each situation spoke to you and how you translated that back to the reader. That's impressive. I mean, that's three-time Pulitzer Prize, also impressive. We're glad to have you in town.
I'm glad to be in town. Yeah, I think, you know, when you write about war, you're fundamentally writing about human beings. It's the most human, unfortunately, of enterprises. And I think that, you know, what I've tried to do in a career is being a narrative historian writing specifically about military issues is to keep the human nature of it at the center of the story. And it is a story. I try and remember that, you know, ultimately people are interested in it because it tends to be one of the greatest, if most horrifying stories that we can tell each other.
From book one in the Pulitzer Prize-winning series, you talk about the liberation of Africa, and then you move forward. And again, as I listened to you talk, I thought, wow, my teachers would have taught it like you just spoke it. Well, that'd be everybody would be historians. I mean, it was absolutely impressive.
Well, thanks. Yeah, well, it's an extraordinary story. We're talking about the liberation of Europe and the American role in the liberation of Europe in World War II. I think that if people remember that, first of all, it's the greatest story of the 20th century, that it's the greatest tragedy of the 20th century, 60 million dead in World War II, 291,000 Americans killed in action, that it can seem that it's more current than something that happened 70 years ago.
Congratulations on winning the engraved crystal book. That's impressive. The Peggy v. Helmerich Award, that's huge. Congratulations on that, and looking forward, what's next for you? I know 25 years at the Washington Post, you've covered the Afghanistan war and several, the Iraqi war and several wars. What's next?
Well, I'm working on the American Revolution now. I left World War II behind, and I'm actually writing a trilogy on the Revolution. It's something that's been of interest to me, fascinated me since I was a kid. It's our creation myth. The characters are every bit as fascinating as those large figures from World War II. So that will probably occupy me for the next 15 years as World War II occupied me for 15 years.
Talk to me about, name the trilogy on our way out. I know we're running out of time, but just so in case you don't have it, it'll be a trilogy you can pick up.
Yeah, the trilogy begins in North Africa. That's An Army at Dawn. It's about the American and British invasion. Then it moves to Volume 2, which is The Day of Battle, which is about Sicily and Italy. And Volume 3 is Normandy, the end of the war in Europe, and that's The Guns at Last Light.
Congratulations on the award. Thanks for spending some time with us here on Tulsa's Channel 8, and good day, Tulsa.
Thanks so much.
And for more information, you can check out the website, liberationtrilogy.com, the Liberation Trilogy in bookstores.